Question. Brian.
Hey, for Zach, real quick, kind of similar to yesterday, where you guys had to get through those first couple minutes and struggles then, and then what kind of changed where you guys were able to kind of take command of this thing?
Yeah, I feel like we didn't really come out. It wasn't like we came out bad today. I feel like they just came out with they kind of matched our energy. Like I feel like we kind of. I don't feel like we were too rushed. I feel like we were getting the looks we wanted early, and then as we settled into the game, we kind of kept our poise and kept taking the shots we wanted. We kept letting them take, like they were making some tough twos at the beginning of the game. Those were shots we're going to live with all season, and they were just making them at the beginning. And then as the game kind of goes on, the percentages kind of show, and that's where our scouting report kind of comes in.
Fletcher, was there any adjustment after those first 5 minutes as far as how to deal with their pressure when they were getting that in?
No, they were just taking away passes. We just knew we had to be more disciplined, stepping guys off and getting catches, so we can run the plays we want to run and get the ball where we want it. So really just sticking to what we do every day and just getting catches.
Just for whoever wants it, did you guys kind of surprise yourselves a little bit this weekend or this week? Really?
I feel like I've always thought we were a very good team. Obviously, coming into the weekend, we weren't really sure like kind of how we'd measure up, but we always knew we were going to play hard. We always knew we were going to play tough. We knew we were going to really hit the glass hard. We were going to get on the loose balls. That was kind of like the battles that we try to win every single game, and then whatever the results may be after that, they're going to be.
Zach, do you notice a different level of cohesion with this group compared to last year?
Yeah, I think we really share the ball really well this year. We have a lot of guys. We have a very deep team. I feel like coming into the season, there were a lot of questions around us, but I think every guy we have is really, really good. Like every guy we have has shot 40% from three, besides me. Every guy can take shots. Every guy can make shots. Every guy can create their own shots. So I feel like we have a really good offensive team, and then as well, we really do a good job kind of locking in on defense and limiting what shots they can take and living with the shots that we want.
With you not splitting time this season the way that you did last season, has you being on the floor more also directly correlated in your opinion to how good you guys have been, because maybe you have found longer stretches where you've gotten into more rhythm that has helped your teammates on the whole have more consistency start to finish?
Yeah, I mean, obviously last year we had Travion, who's a great player. So that when you have two great players at the same position, and neither of us can really play the four, that minute split kind of comes into play. We had to do it. But yeah, when you have one guy kind of on the floor, I'm allowed to like kind of get more of my rhythm, stay in the game, kind of play through some of my mistakes, and then Coach Payne trusts me to play through some of my mistakes. It helps kind of me get in the flow of the game really well. But last year I had no complaints. Travion was a great player, so I was happy spending time with him.
Caleb, you've seen him every day the last couple of years. Where's Zach better or different this year than last year?
Zach's such a great player. His footwork, his physicality, just the way that he can bury guys, whether it's going for a rebound or in the post. Being able to go over either shoulder. So, more than anything, I'm just thankful that when we get to the games, I'm not the one that has to guard him. That's honestly the main thing. But no, Zach's a great player, and it's awesome that we have a guy like that who not just leads with his words and stuff, but with his actions too. He works harder than just about anyone. He's just a great teammate, great friend.
Hey, Caleb,
what was the lift that Caleb gave you guys there in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, he's done it all season. Just plays with great energy. He's really hustling on those boards. He's gonna when he gets the ball down low, he's gonna try to dunk it. He just plays with great energy. He gives a boost. He's gonna make some of those like hustle plays that don't really show up in the stat sheet. Like he'll have a good hard box out. He'll fly for a really good late contest. Stuff like that just doesn't really show up. I think he does really, really well.
For Caleb, just kind of that energy you brought there in the second half, did you kind of sense it situationally in the game where if Duke could string a couple of positive things together, maybe they could make a run and somebody had to kind of make something happen on your side?
Yeah, I mean, we just kind of always, Coach Payne always harps on, maximizing your time and maximizing your minutes, whether it's, a 3-minute stretch, 4 minutes, or however long it is. And so, I think that's kind of just all of our focuses. When we get the opportunity, you got to make the most of it. And, I was able to do that.
For Zach or for Caleb, you guys didn't give up a point in the final 7 minutes of the game. I know defense was kind of a consistent struggle point for you guys last season. What does it mean about this group that you can put together a stretch like that against another elite team like Duke?
Yeah, we just, like I said, we really just kind of stick to what we came into the game with, like our plan. You know, we'll allow them to take the shots that we want them to take. We'll live with that all game, and then at the end of the game, they just really didn't. They didn't make this shots because of the percentages that we play with. You know, probably some shots they could have made, probably some shots that we allowed, but I feel like we really did a good job kind of making them take those tough twos, making non-shooters shoot threes, stuff like that.
Hey, Fletch, how come?
Did you guys feed off what Ethan was doing in his 4 game, these last 3 games?
He just plays so hard, and when a player makes a hard-nosed play, you want to follow that up. You want to do the same. You don't want to be left out. So you see him diving on the floor, getting steals, running the fast break. You want to do the same thing, and just putting together those runs, and that's put together by getting stops and playing hard on defense. So just seeing what he does, it's really fun to see.
Hey, Fletch, before, when I asked whether you guys surprised yourself this week, you said no pretty quick. Just why not?
We know what we've practiced all summer and then now into the year, so really just getting in the season, knowing what we can do, knowing we have one of the best players in the country, probably the best player in the country in there. We know we can play around him and get a win against anybody.
Zach, how do you parlay this into the Big Ten and then in March?
Yeah, I think just kind of working every day. Like whatever people may say about us doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, we just have to go out and we have to win games. Kind of, even if we're highly touted after this, it doesn't really matter. We still have to play with the same kind of hard-nosed consistency that we always play with. We can't start being cool just because we've won 1 game. We got to just keep playing hard. We got to keep playing the same way, and whatever the results may be, we know that we're going to play hard.
Thank you, guys.
Duke locker room is